Ladies and gentlemen, Julien Virgin coming to you here live after the fight at Team Octopus with mixed martial artist, professional Jahmar Whitehead. Jahmar, how you living, bro?
Man, every day. It's a great day.
Indeed, man. Especially great following your first professional victory over Joshua Dillon at NFC Fight Night 132. You landed a big knockout punch in front of the packed out crowd, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure that just adds to your whole vibe, man, going into the week.
Man, of course, bro. If there's any way to have a pro debut, that's the way you want to have it. That was a perfect night. Perfect debut.
Indeed. You said your mom was in the crowd too, man.
My
so
mom,
she got the Mother's Day gift.
Absolutely. She was in tears before I even walked out, so it was cool to make sure it was tears of joy.
Does she get nervous? I know I've seen your dad at fights before, but what about your mom, man? How does she handle her emotions watching her son fight?
Man, she gets real nervous. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's probably the most nervous person I know for my fights, but it's also the most proud person at the same time. So it's a good feeling, you know?
Indeed, indeed. So walk us through your professional debut, man.
So bell starts. As soon as we get into the center, he took a step forward, but his hands were down. I already knew at that moment. It was like, man, you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you know? And he threw his strikes. I was throwing a lot of feints more so. I wasn't really throwing any strikes just yet. You saw me I throw a body kick, but I wasn't really trying to land it at all, obviously, at the speed I was throwing it at. A complete feint, just to see his reaction to everything. I noticed every time I would do something, he'd drop his hand down. And that's a recipe for disaster against me. You know, I'm very accurate, I'm very precise with my strikes, and I proved that when I landed not only one, but two left hands straight on the chin. After the first one, if you guys go back and watch, or if you guys were there, I'm sure you noticed he tried to touch my glove, whatever. That's how I knew he was hurt. You don't do that when you're fighting, you know what I'm saying? You don't, oh, good stuff, you know? Like, come on, man. Now I know you're hurt, clown. So then I hit him with the next one, and he dropped straight down, and that's all she wrote. I landed 12 unanswered strikes, and he wants to protest, acting like it was a bad stoppage, bro. Next time, put your guard up.
For sure. Now, directly after the fight, you showed a lot of emotion, man. Leading up to the fight, man, was there anything between you and Josh?
Absolutely. He is the only opponent that I will say this, without a doubt. I'm absolutely happy I knocked him out. I would do it again if I could. You know, I know he won't sign that contract, but it's all good. I don't want to anymore. I did it in 48 seconds. You can't get better than that. So it feels so good to knock him out, though, man. He was running his mouth a little bit too much. He called me a smelly rat. First off, what kind of insult is that? Who calls you a smelly rat? That's just dumb. But yeah, he acted like he owned the show. You have to realize this is the Rockstar Show. No one knows who Joshua Dillon is. They only know you because you got knocked out in 48 seconds, as predicted. So yeah, man, you're a clown, bro. You run your mouth and that's what happens. Talk shit, get split. It's that simple.
Definitely the definitive victory, man. But, you know, talking about this being the Rockstar Show, when it comes to somebody who talks a lot of trash, it could split how people perceive you, man. Do you carry that energy as you walk into the cage?
Man, I carry all of the energy, whether it's positive or negative. I think about it all as soon as you walk in. It's kind of crazy. I feel like you have two different mindsets, at least I do. It's reality, and then it's in the moment. You know, in the moment, all those thoughts are rushing through your head. In reality, it's like, man, you already know what you're about to do. You know what you got to do at least. So that's what I'm thinking. In the moment, I'm like, man, all those people that support me, I can't let them down. You hear this crowd right now, it's crazy. But more importantly, in a way, the people that are hating on me, the doubters, you know what I'm saying? Doubt me now. Doubt me now. Not to say any names, but remember, there was a guy that said, you can have all the skill in the world or whatever, but you got to finish fights. Well, guess what? I'm 1-0 and you're 0-1, bro. So it is what it is. And guess what? I also got a 48-second knockout. You got outclassed. So once again, it is what it is. This is the Rockstar Show. It is the Rockstar era. So we do this.
So going back to some of those naysayers and some of those doubters, man, I've heard people say that you've ducked tough fights. And now that you are a professional, man, could we see you start fighting some of those people that do talk that talk? And what do you have to say to those who say that you've been, picking the easy fights to take?
I mean, The people that say I pick easy fights, that's just foolish. You know, I pick the fights that I want to pick because I'm the rock star and I run the show. Obviously, it's pretty evident. I get what I want and I do what I want, and the success speaks for itself, you know. While these people can say whatever they want, who's going to be in the UFC? Who's going to be chasing those $1 million checks? Not you guys. You guys can keep fighting for $200. That's fine, bro. I'm trying to chase big money stuff, you know what I'm saying? So those naysayers, whatever they want to say, it don't matter to me. But at the same time, on a more factual level, how could you really hate when every single person I fought has a positive record? They say I duck fights. I fought in front of Dana White when I was 19 years old. I drove out to Memphis, paid my own flight, paid my own hotel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sponsors at the time as well. They definitely helped me out. But still, I did that. I fought Chase Boutwell. He's a top-ranked guy. I fought him for the NFC title when I was 17. Jacob Hutchison, the guy I finished in December, Hutchpack. Yeah, he had a 4-2 record with, what, 3-4 finishes in the first round. I mean, this last guy, he's undefeated as a professional at the time. Now, not anymore, of course, you know, took him out.
Indeed.
But, you know, there's people that they can say whatever they want, but I'm out here doing what I need to do. I'm finishing my fights. I'm choosing the correct fights. Easy work, man.
Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, again, I am Julien Virgin, joined here by Jahmar Whitehead after the fight presented by Flatline Cinema. Now that you are 1-0 as a professional, you did have an outstanding amateur record. What was it, 14-2-1?
Yes, sir.
During your amateur career, that's when I first started following you, man. You were scheduled to fight a Shamel Badman Finley, man. He actually called you out after one of those fights. He did fight on the same card, 132. Could we see that fight take place in the future?
I'm only going to say this because he said something very similar. After I missed weight against him in our amateur career, you know, my first time dropping down to flyweight, before I continue, I do want to still apologize for that because that's very unprofessional, and I consider myself, even as an amateur, I considered myself a professional, so I do, from the bottom of my heart, apologize to everybody for that. But at the same time, after that, the fight was actually rescheduled through his team and my team. It was posted. The rematch is on, or whatever they were saying. I was excited. The only person that wasn't was him, and he said I had to earn it. The thing is now, it's 2021. It's after that fight. You know, we're professionals now, right? I'm 1-0. I'm undefeated as a professional. You're 0-1, dog. You gotta earn it. How does that feel? Rockstar era, baby. Some bad man you are, huh?
Indeed, indeed. Now moving forward, I did talk to you following your fight, following the decision being read. Now, what can we expect from you? How soon can we see you back in the cage?
Expect another Rockstar Show, July or August, man. We're gonna keep the ball rolling. Like I said, the UFC is the goal, so why stop here? You know, I just had a flawless victory. I didn't get hit, so I was back to training literally yesterday. I took Sunday off. The fight was Saturday night. I took Sunday off, as I always do. Monday we were back to training. Today we were back to training. And we're going to keep the ball rolling because we got things to do. We got bills to pay, and we got money to make. So let's keep it going, man.
For sure, Rockstar. Before we part ways, man, I do want your final thoughts, man. What do you want to leave me with today?
Same thing I told you in the cage, man. I want you to know who the Rockstar is, and I think I've been doing that as of late. I think I'm the most popular fighter there is in Atlanta, in Georgia, in the Southeast, maybe you could even say. It was evident in the crowd. I had the loudest crowd of the night from the first fight of the night to the last fight. The crowd, it seemed like it was there for me, and for good reason. I, of course, never want to disappoint, so I don't think I did. And yeah, man, don't forget my name because I'm going to be in big lights one day, really big lights. UFC main event status, you know what I'm saying? McGregor money. I'm going to be fighting all these top guys, and you're going to know, like, man, I was interviewing this guy when he was an amateur. It's gonna be a story to tell. I promise you that.
Indeed. Well, we are happy that we have an opportunity to tell that story right now. Jahmar,
Yes,
as always, Jahmar Whitehead, Jahmar the Rockstar Whitehead. We appreciate your time and thank you for joining me, Julien Virgin, on After the Fight, presented by Flatline Cinema. Until the next time.